So we'll compare how does it differentiate having DPDP for an SME versus an enterprise. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we regularly talk about data privacy. We are going to compare DPDP for SMEs versus DPDP for enterprises. What actually changes between the two? We live with that common misconception. We have a law in India and we believe law, compliance, governance must be for large enterprises. They have to be for large enterprises, no doubt about it. But DPDP is for everyone. It is unlike saying that e-invoicing is applicable only if your annual turnover is 5 crore rupees. This is applicable if you have even a single individual's personal data in digital form in your organization, even if you're just storing it, right? And you would do that the moment you start business. So it applies to anyone who is doing digital business in India or using IT as a backend to do whatever business he is doing in India for Indian customers, for Indian service, right? It does not mean that the personal data has to be of a prospect of or a customer only, right? It could be of anyone, including your employees. Scales can vary depending on the size of the organization, depending on the volume of the business. Again, that does not mean that the business is not the way it should be. DPDP is applicable for sure. So what remains same? Law remains the same for everyone. Consent requirements, data principal rights, breach reporting, they remain same irrespective of your size. What would be the difference? A large enterprise would have a lot of data. Say billions of records. Chances and impact of breach there could be very large. A smaller SME might have only 25-30 people working. I know a lot of SMEs who typically rely on one or two customers only. Even if they are pure service industry also, they are relying on one or two big customers and they are doing their work. Seems like they have a permanent lifelong contract that they'll work together, which is fair, right? A manufacturer tied up with another manufacturer with the understanding that I'm manufacturing and all that I'm manufacturing is going to be sold to you. Tomorrow, if you change your product and you say that I need a different product from you, I'll adhere to that. Many of them are actually family run businesses where both of them belong to the same family or same friendships, same school, college. So the level could change because of the size, but their accountability, their answerability to avoid the misuse of the personal data that they have does not change. What changes? Large organizations would rely on dedicated privacy teams. In-house DPOs, I know enterprises with multiple DPOs, and then a senior DPO or a global DPO. Specialized tools, they can buy those softwares easily. Large budgets, that's the best thing that enterprises have, and complex governance structures. So it is not restricted to one or two people, and I'm talking of international, maybe even Indian large companies, 5,000, 10,000 employees. So at least 5 to 10,000 PIIs internal. Those 10,000 people must be catering to at least 5-10 lakh prospects and customers, and a couple of lakhs of principals also. A lot of personal data. Lot, and I'm talking of a small industry which could be something like a manufacturer or a trader. Forget about banks, fintechs, where you don't even count the number of customers you have. The reality of SME is that they work with lean teams, they are of small size, they have very limited budgets, they can't invest too much, and the responsibilities are shared. And we are anticipating that they'll build up an internal privacy leader and an outsourced DPO because they cannot have a privacy team altogether. Systems keep evolving there. They may keep changing their CRMs and tools also. Forget about hiring tools for privacy maintenance. SME's approach effectively should be that they should focus on risk prioritization. Which area of their business with respect to personal data do they think has more risk? What is the clear ownership? Who owns the data? Who handles how does it define handling the data? Where does it store? What does the IT take care of? Simple documentation so that if anyone wants to cross check whether it's a data principal or a board, they have it documented with them in a practical governance rhythm, easy to manage at their level of working. right? Whereas an enterprise can focus on formal privacy offices, tools, multi-layer governance, and global regulatory alignments. So they are not restricted to DPDP. They might be following GDPR also, other countries' laws as well. The key factor here is that SMEs should not copy enterprise privacy models. They cannot afford it. I know many SMEs who can't even look at the cost of a tool for managing privacy for whatever is available. They should build their own lean privacy governance, simple, structured, sustainable Excel sheets, encrypted disks, role based access. Very plain and simple. Not too much of work. Hire a virtual DPO. I can't exactly say the cost, but not very heavy, maybe worth even cost of one of your employees, because he'll be working with you maybe on a weekly or a monthly basis if your volumes are not very large. If your number of processes are not very large, take his advice, be compliant. Spending 5-6 lakh rupees a year on compliance should not be difficult. Whereas the real fact is, a well run SME can always be more effective in deploying these solutions practices, not softwares, because DPDP is not about size, it's about clarity, ownership, and discipline that you can maintain, and a lean structure can do that better. So that's about what changes when you move from an SME to enterprise with respect to DPDP implementation. I hope you like the content of the video. Please press the bell and the like icon. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you think you or any one of people known to you need any DPDP services help, my contact details and email are there in the description of the video. Please let me know. I'll be happy to help. Thank you.